Yeah, listen. Puff Daddy, Sean Diddy Cohn, this guy has not even been, he hasn't even got released from jail. But he's already on his get back. He's already filing lawsuit on people that basically falsely accused him. And I'm going to use allegedly a lot in this video because I don't know. This is just, I don't want to be sued for any of this stuff. But this is alleged that Sean Diddy Cohn's lawyer just filed a lawsuit against news network called News Nation for falsely having guests on their show that falsely accused them of some heinous acts. And this was freshly when Puff Daddy had got arrested by the federal government and they had a strong case against him. Well, at least that's what everybody assumed, that Mr. Sean Diddy Cohn was never going to get out. He was going to get a long life sentence. He was going to be convicted, this and this and this. So everybody, and a lot of the bad people in this world took it upon themselves to defame this gentleman. Allegedly, once again, a lot of people allegedly took it upon themselves to say wrong and false and make wrong and false accusations against this gentleman. And he's smart enough. Like this, Puff Daddy has a lot of money, so he has really good lawyers. So regardless if he's in jail or out of jail, they already took it upon themselves to start collecting some of this money by suing people for defamation, for basically disrespecting his name and putting false and saying false things in regards to him as a human being, basically spreading false rumors about him in society to try to basically get people to hate him. So he's on his get back, you know, simple and plain. So yeah, man, his lawyers just literally filed the first lawsuit, well, allegedly the first lawsuit that been made public, that they filed against their news organization called News Nation. And I'll play the video that exactly the reason why they sued that network and the guests that was invited to that network, that the host of that specific show did not do her diligence, or she didn't do her research to basically fact checked the person she was interviewing. They just interviewed this gentleman on the they just brought this gentleman on the platform without actually fact checking everything that he had to say. And that's a big mistake. You cannot bring people that's going to make false accusations about others without using allegedly when they're on your platform. Without using allegedly, you're 100% saying everything that comes out their mouth is accurate. So that's why throughout this video I'm going to use allegedly, because I'm not too sure about none of this stuff. This is stuff that I'm just reading in the newspapers. This is stuff that I'm hearing on social media, on the news. So I'm going to use allegedly because I don't want to be sued for none of this stuff. I'm just someone who's reporting what's going on in the world. So allegedly, this is what's taking place in the Puff Daddy situation, and this is the reason why, once again, his lawyer is going after these people. I'm going to show you exactly why right now.
Because my next guest just testified before a federal grand jury. He says he was in possession of a trove of digital evidence from Diddy's freak-offs and parties. His name is Courtney Burgess, and he says a friend gave him 11 flash drives that belonged to the late Kim Porter. And if you follow this story, you'll know that Kim Porter is Diddy's ex-girlfriend and the mother of 4 of his kids. On those drives, the witness says 8 videos featured 8 celebrities at Diddy freak-offs or parties, and that 6 were males, 2 were females. The drive also included a manuscript of an alleged Kim Porter memoir, a memoir that her 4 kids insist is fake. Courtney Burgess told his story on a podcast before he told the grand jury today, and after he told the grand jury, and I mean immediately after, he booked it over to my set, and he and his attorney talked to me. I should tell you that he was very limited in how much detail he could go into about his testimony. And because the 8 people in the videos, the 8 celebrities in the videos were allegedly victims of sex crimes, we know who they are, but we will not be naming them. famous or not? Here now is my conversation with Courtney Burgess and Ariel Mitchell, who's his attorney, beginning with the question of whether the participants in the video even knew they were being recorded. Were there any cameras in places where you'd assume privacy, like bathrooms?
Yeah, well, I've never been in this house, but the picture, yes. That's what took place, yeah.
All right, this was the gentleman that you just seen, Courtney. And just the fact, right, she asked him a simple question. Did the people in the house have any idea that was being recorded? And the way he jumbled that answer, I would immediately think this gentleman is not being 100% honest. Like, she asked him a simple question, was, do you think the people in the bathrooms and places like that knew that there was hidden cameras all around the house, that didn't know that it was being recorded? And he just fumbled and jumbled up that whole answer. Yes, I haven't been in his house. Like, I would have immediately, as a reporter, I would have just, like, dude, something is not right with your answers. The way you answer this question, you jumble and fumble this answer. Like, it makes something is not right with your story. But no, they took it upon themselves and keep asking this gentleman question and keep the interview going. I don't want to keep playing the interview because, once again, I didn't want to be caught up into none of that stuff. But it's just sad, man, when people are actually going through stuff in life, when people are going through, like, the worst chapter of their life, instead of other people are, supporting them to, regardless of how bad of a situation people might be in and how bad of a situation actually they put themselves in. Because everything that we do every single day, good or bad, whenever we do bad things, we're digging ourselves into a hole. 100%. Whenever we choose to do bad things in life, we are eventually going to have to face the consequences for the actions we are creating today, which is bad actions. But what people don't understand, like, okay, we're facing the consequences when we do bad things. We're facing the consequences for action, absolutely. But as a human being, it's always a better idea to uplift people. Because we're not perfect. We're not perfect human beings, bro. Trust me. So whenever you take it upon yourself to see someone going through trials and tribulation, yes, because of the bad decision making in the past, but still, do the best you can as a human being to uplift people. Regardless of a bad situation they're going through, regardless of a bad situation they put themselves into, 100%. Do the best you can to uplift people, because you never know when you are going to make a mistake that you're going to want to be, that you're going to be in, that you put yourself in, and you're going to want support of other people. So when the Puff Daddy stuff was going on, everybody, man, a lot of people who didn't like this gentleman for whatever reason was painting pictures about this gentleman that was horrific. And allegedly some of them was true and allegedly some of them was false. I'm going to use allegedly because I don't know which story was true or which story was false, but it's just a common thing with humans that whenever they see someone else is going through a bad time in their life, whenever they see someone is going through a bad chapter in their life, regardless if they put themselves in that hole, regardless if they did a lot of bad things in their lives to get to the position that they're currently in, a lot of human beings, what I notice, they take no time, they waste no time to also try to bring that person down or bring those people down. You can't wish bad upon people, dude. You cannot wish bad upon people. If you think people deserve what they're going through, that's your opinion. But don't go in public and bashing people and saying bad and hurtful things to people because of what they did in their past. I don't think that's fair, because you never know when you are going to face the consequences for your actions. And the day that you face the consequences for your actions that you probably did 20 years ago, 30 years ago, something that you did 30 years ago, you thought was small, you thought it was minor, but it resurfaced into society. And now you have to deal with this scandal. Now you have to deal with this now you have to deal with this thing that you did 30 years ago. You understand what I'm saying? That's just how life goes, because we as humans, we will never get away. We will never ever get away with every and all of the bad things that we have done on this planet. We are going to have to face the consequences for all of our bad decision making sooner or later. Sooner or later. That's why I tell people, if you don't believe in karma, eventually you're gonna be rudely awakened sooner or later. You're gonna be roughly awakened sooner or later if you don't believe in karma, because everything that we do right now, that's bad. Every bad decisions that we will make today, I promise you that we are going to have to face the consequences sooner or later. We will never die without facing the consequences for our bad decision making. We're gonna have to go through the fire and face the consequences for our actions eventually in this life, before God is ready to take us. We're gonna have to go through these trials and tribulations. We're gonna have to go through the stress, 100%. So when you see people going through the trials and tribulations for things that they have done in the past, don't be one of those people to do the best you can to keep bringing them down. You know, always uplift people. Always do the best you can to uplift people no matter what they're going through. Never wish bad upon people. Never, dude. Never be one of those people to wish bad on people in no way, shape, or form. Because the things and the thoughts that comes through your brain towards others eventually is going to come to you. So you always keep a positive and clear mind towards every and all situation in this world. You always keep a positive and clear mind, man, because you never want other people to wish bad upon you and hope bad things happen to you. So don't do it to someone else. Me saying that is to say this: always treat people with the love, the kindness, the care, the respect, the loyalty that you expect others to treat you with. Always treat people the way you want to be treated in life. Always, dude. You want to be respected, treat people with respect. You want people to have loyalty to you, have loyalty to other people. You want people to love you, love other people. That's just how life works. That's just how it is. Or, you know, so if you out there think that life should be different, you're on your own, and you're going to be very angry when things catch up to you and things are happening to you in your life. When you want others to support you, but yet when others want support from you, you're bashing them and you're bringing them down. But when it's time for people to support you, you expect them to be there. It doesn't work like that. It don't, man. So God bless Mr. Puff Daddy, man. I hope and wish him all the best in his situation, you know. And once again, the things that he's going through right now is the consequences of his actions years ago. You know what I mean? Yes, when he was indicted, he was still continuing the party lifestyle, but nothing he was doing at that point when he got arrested was not. Nobody was getting physically assaulted. Nobody was getting beaten. No, none of that stuff was happening. All of the parties he was continuing to have, everybody was with everything. Everything that was going on, the boat parties, the women involved, the men involved, everybody was 100% with what was going on. Nobody was forced into none of that stuff. In the past, people had an argument, people had a case because people was getting beaten. You see it clearly on videos. People was getting beaten. People was getting dragged back into hotel rooms. Those days was the past. You know, so may God bless this gentleman, and I hope the things that he's going through, he's going to learn, and he's going to make him a better person. And I hope he comes out of jail sooner or later, because he'd been there almost a year, and I'm pretty sure that he learned a lot within that year he'd been incarcerated. You know, like, I don't wish bad upon nobody. I don't hope this gentleman stay a man. I don't hope he stay a whole bunch of his years left in prison. I don't hope bad upon nobody. I don't hope and wish bad upon nobody. I hope he get out sooner than later. May God bless him. May God watch over him and his family. You know, we all make mistakes. We all do things, ladies and gentlemen, in life that we are not going to be proud of. You know, but that's what makes us humans. That's what makes us who we are. You know, from our past. We need to learn from our past and move on towards a better and a greater future. But don't judge people, man. Don't bring people down when people are going down already. Don't be one of those people to jump on the boat to keep the boat sinking. No, do the best you can to bring that boat up. If you're in that boat, throw the water out. so the boat could get back to floating. Keep that in mind, man. Before I end this video, guys, I always want to take the time to show my respect, my gratitude to our Commander-in-Chief of the United States, to our current president, which is Mr. Donald J. Trump. Sir, as always, I salute to you and your entire families. God bless you and your families, sir. May God watch over you and your families on your trips within the United States, on your trips outside the United States. May God always keep our eyes on you and your families to keep you guys safe and healthy and happy from today and forever. That's to our Commander-in-Chief, Mr. Donald J. Trump. To all and every of God kids all around the United States, may God bless us all. To all and every of God kids all around the world, may God bless you guys all. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to repeat this once again. Always treat people with the love, the kindness, the care, and the respect that you expect others to treat you with at all times. Always do what's right in the eyes of God and his family, and always make God and his family a part of your decision making every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls out there, until the next video, man, let's love each other, let's do what's right for each other, and let's make this world a better place together. I'll catch you guys in the next one, man.